even though when I was coming up, even though we had tough times, but we were in a great neighborhood. And I was blessed to have this guy named Mr. Rainey as our next door neighbor. He was a real live Bruce Lee, but he was a black version of Bruce Lee. And this guy, every day I used to see Mr. Rainey breaking bricks, doing all kinds of karate movements and stuff in the front yard, stretching, doing hundreds of push-ups, lifting weights, running miles and miles. And one day I saw this guy, Mr. Rainey, jumping rope. It was the first time I saw a guy jumping rope. And he was doing these cool things in the front yard with the jump rope. And I went up to him and said, "Hey, Mr. Rainey," I said, "can you show me how to jump?" And he said, "Sure, buddy, I'll show you how to jump. But first, you got to remember this. The key to jumping is to be light on the balls of your feet." He said, "Buddy, if you can hear your feet hit the floor or hit the ground, you're jumping too hard. You got to keep your body upright, make small circles with the wrist, look straight ahead." And he said, "If you can master this jump rope, it's going to make you the best wrestler you can be." So I said, "Man, I do everything I possibly could to be the best wrestler I could be to make my dream come true." So he gave me that rope, and I still recall it was a little wooden handle, and it had like a cloth material. Mm-hmm. He put that rope in my hand, and he left me. And it was like 5 o'clock that evening. And I started practicing with the jump rope, say, "Man, this thing is hard." Because see, jumping is a skill movement and requires proper timing and coordination of the rope swing to master this skill. So that day, I made a commitment that I'm going to master the skill because I'm going to be my best in wrestling. And I started practicing, and it was heavy on my feet. And then I started thinking about the things that Mr. Rainey said. He said, "Look straight ahead, relaxed upper body, small circles with the wrist, jump high enough to clear the rope." Will, when I put that rope down, it was 5 o'clock that night. It was 9 o'clock that evening. I worked from 5 to 9 o'clock, nonstop, trying to master this skill, master the fundamentals. Never put that rope down after that. Took that jump rope with me everywhere I went. Incorporated it into my wrestling. And for the next 3 years in wrestling, I lost only one match. Won 2 matches. And it became the key to my training for wrestling. It provided key advantages in speed, quickness, explosive power, conditioning, concentration. It gave me everything I needed to be the best wrestler I could be. So every match and during every practice after practice, I was training with this rope. I would warm up with the jump rope, and people thought it was a jump rope when I kicked their butts. It became my best training partner, my best friend, the key to my success in becoming a state wrestling champion. it's a real deal, man.